What's up, everybody? We are MURPHGAM, and this is MURPHGAM. What's up, MURPHGAM Army, and welcome to MURPHGAM. So before we jump into this video, I wanted to state a few things real quick. First things is that this isn't going to be your typical wacky animated video because I'm having to meet a lot of deadlines in my work area, and I won't be able to put in my all into this video, and to get this video out before releases, I had to make this video this way. And I've already stated my opinion on how I think Breath of the Wild should fit into the timeline, but this video is going to kind of be like my overall analysis of the newest gameplay trailer, well, story trailer, and just pretty much solidifying where I think it is in the timeline. So first things first, I kind of wanted to say that this video is going to be completely improv. I've already seen the trailer. I've seen it several times, of course, but basically I'm going to be taking this trailer pretty much shot by shot, just kind of pointing out some things that I think may be important, things that we could talk about. There are other channels that do this, but I just kind of wanted to let you guys know my opinions on where I think this is going to be in the timeline, and you know, that sort of thing. But yeah, this is definitely going to be improv, but I'm going to try to do this. But the first thing I actually wanted to talk about before we got into the trailer was that recently, and I want to give a huge shout out to Zelda, and I actually found this through HMK, and it's all over the internet now. This map right here, sorry for the low res picture, is actually it has Hylian text around the edges of it, and the Hylian text translates to what like happened before Breath of the Wild, which is very, very interesting. So I just kind of wanted to talk about that real quick. So I'm actually going to read to you what is said on the side of it, and this is kind of a spoiler. I mean, everything I've seen says that this is a spoiler, but I necessarily didn't see it as a spoiler. So I'm going to go ahead and read it real quick, and then we'll jump into the video, and I'll also give my thoughts on this as well. So this is what it says. Hylians pass stories of a destined time long past where multiple races lived and worked together in harmony. The Sheikah tribe's blue aurora breathed through the land, and this mutual prosperity continued until I can't say that word, I'm sorry, catastrophe, let's just say that, a disaster stroke. The hero and the princess attempted to seal the terror which became known as Calamity Ganon. Divine beasts awoke from four directions, which is these four things right here on the side, right here. From four directions, deploying a mechanical army, the armed things that we've been seeing, I forget what they're called, which made the king and his people fearful. They fractured Ganon's power and sealed him, but the Sheikah were banished from the land ever since. Which, this is very interesting. There's several things that kind of go into effect here. I'm going to kind of give my own translation of what that means. Basically, what it feels like is that these four, basically, the way it seems to me is that everybody lived in this world where they thrived off of the Sheikah's power, and then all of a sudden everything just kind of goes kaput. Everything just stops working like it should, and they all turn against it. Or I think like Ganon maybe probably had something to do with it. I'm sure he found a way to get control of all of the mechanical beasts and turn them against it. That's why in the last trailer you can see red glowing around the giant bird that's flying through the sky. I mean, all sorts of things could go in effect, which this would be really cool because that means when the Sheikah got banished, because according to the timeline, they got banished, which is really weird because my theory for the Twilight points out for it being the Sheikah, but this could all take place either after Skyward Sword or before Ocarina of Time. At least that's where I'm seeing it right now. But that is pretty much the pre-part about it. Let's the pre-story over here. Let's actually skim through the trailer. Just so you guys know, I had to alter the footage just so Nintendo doesn't get on my butt about anything. But I'm just going to kind of skim through it, and I'm actually going to mute the audio because it's going to sound terrible. Guys should definitely look up the trailer. There's an English version. We will listen to the English voice that comes in later, but so the trailer actually starts out with this nice just overlook. Whoops, I skipped a little bit there. Of this nice little overlook of this area, which you can see actually a temple over here, just to kind of prove that these things are everywhere. Like, they are everywhere. Like, there's actually a map that shows the comparison of this to Skyrim, and oh my gosh, this map is huge. So I imagine these things are everywhere. And also, going back to this real quick, it was said that there's 4 main dungeons. Now I can see why, because I imagine you're going to fight these beasts in each of those dungeons. Anyway, let's continue on a little bit forward. Let's go to the next shot, actually. So yeah, just another solidifying shot saying that this is a beach area, and actually, I think, honestly, this kind of looks like something that maybe the Koroks might have planted, maybe like they did in Wind Waker. It does a little bit. But other than that, this is just another establishing shot. Not very much to take from this. So maybe. I don't know. Maybe that angle. No, that was literally a seagull. Wow, I'm an idiot. No, there's nothing there. All right. Another establishing shot. Just nothing really much here. You can't really see anything in the distance or anything like that. It's all just palm trees and stuff like that. But it looks beautiful. Like, this game looks amazing. I'm really excited to play it. Okay, so here's some, someone that actually pointed this out. These are seals, which is really cool. They're literally sand seals, which is amazing. And actually, no, they're walruses. You can see their teeth. Oh, that's great. I'm excited. I got a little Stonehenge going over here. And actually, you guys see this area right here? This is actually, we're going to come back to this later, but keep in mind, it kind of has an hourglass type thing to it, but that is definitely here, and you can actually see a sandstorm here, which is very, very interesting. It makes you think, like, how exactly is the weather in the game? Like, is the weather kind of like in the sense of like Metal Gear, where like a sandstorm can happen at any time? And then you can see another one of the towers in the back here, which are like the spawning points. Anyway, let's continue forward a little bit more. Now we're in the snow region. We got a little fox down here yawning and stuff, and this, actually, I wouldn't be surprised if this was like a main dungeon or something. It honestly looks like a big cannon like fired through this, like something fired a large shot through there, and I wouldn't be surprised. I'm actually not seeing very much to analyze here, just a few wildlife. It just looks beautiful. This game is amazing. Let's move forward. Okay, so is there anything we can pick from this? Just kind of a jungle area. I'm not seeing much. Actually, this kind of looks like the area where they filmed in the Game Awards 2014. Just a little bit, like this area right here, maybe. I may be wrong about that, but that's kind of what it looks like. But there's not too, I'm not seeing too much. There's a layer of haze over the entire thing that makes it a little hard to see. So we'll move forward a little bit more. So we're getting the Koroks now, which honestly, this is what makes it the hardest, because I really honestly don't think that this game takes place in Wind Waker, but it may take place around that area, but I honestly don't see how it could. It could take place after Ocarina of Time, maybe, and like this is if Nintendo just says screw it to the whole right-handed Link thing, and who knows, like even the timeline, like the whole timeline could be like a new thing, and they're like, oh, Link's right-handed now or whatever, or, something like that. Like, I don't think there's motion. Like, you don't play with motion controls in the game, which is why that makes it very confusing to me that's a thing. There's no motion controls. They could have easily made them left-handed. So I think the whole right-handed thing does matter. So I'm pretty sure this game either takes place somewhere around Skyward Sword, or it's an alternate timeline, like if he doesn't kill Demise or something like that. But give credit, HMK has also talked about this as well. He's a really awesome guy. You guys should check out his channel. But anyway, so the Koroks are here in plenty as well. So we'll go ahead and move on to the the next shot, which this shot, I actually had to watch this a couple times just to get this. This is the Deku Tree, guys, and you can see the Koroks around here too, and the Master Sword right here. So that's really weird. Why is the Master Sword where the Deku Tree is? And you know this is the Deku Tree because you see it later in the thing. So, but it's so weird. This is the Master Sword, and this is the Deku Tree. Why are those two things there? I don't really know of any other game where those are kind of solidified, unless like this is where the temple was of Skyward Sword or something. It's very confusing, but I'm very intrigued. But yeah, this is the Deku Tree. There's a lot going on in this scene. So, but we're going to come back to this scene a lot. There's a lot of different things. And then White Flash, just another solidification of the Master Sword. And more of these flowers. These flowers are showing up a lot. I don't know what their significance is. It's probably going to be one of those things where it's like it mentions it at the beginning, it never mentions it again, and then it mentions it at the very end, and then you get sad because you're like, oh, that happened at the beginning. I could see that totally happening. Anyway, let's see what else we got here. So moving, okay, so just a really awesome establishing shot of Link here being all awesome. Got some, I think those are horses. Yeah, definitely horses. You can see some horses over here. Those are a little harder to see. And then you got the bird thing back here. I'm glad we know what that is now. That is definitely the bird monster. And then he's looking over Ganon's tower. Nothing really here to add new that nobody else has already added. So I'm just going to kind of just skim through this because this is a really long sweeping shot. This actually looks like the Badlands area of Lion King, which is kind of funny. Let me go back a little bit. There might have been... I'm just going to go back a couple frames. No, I don't think there's really anything here new. No. Okay, Okay, so... Whoops, I'm getting really far ahead of myself. So I think it just jump cuts to him, running and then climbing. Which, yet again, these are all things that people have already covered. There's no sense of me going over stuff that people have already done. But it is really cool. Like I'd be scared to climb that. I feel like I fall. And that looks awesome. But I think the thing that really intrigues me the most about this is the spiral thing back here. What is that? It's so cool and interesting, but I feel like whatever it is, I could fall off of there anytime. Like I feel like there should be a temple in the middle there or something, but there's nothing there. But that intrigues me that's back there. So I'm not sure what that is. And this makes me really unsafe. Like I wouldn't want to run across that, but it's whatever. Okay, let's move on. So more snowy, nothing really. There's some more flags up here. We saw those in the original trailer. More horseback. More of these tethered flags from the fall of Hyrule. Is there somebody No, I think that's a piece of ruin. I thought that was somebody standing there, but I'm pretty sure that's a piece of ruin. Okay, like this is even more solidified to the fact that these things are important, because these are in Skyward Sword. Like even more standing to the fact that this game takes place around Skyward Sword. Like there are so many things leading to this game taking place around Skyward Sword. I just wish people thought the same thing, but it's whatever. It's everybody's opinion for themselves. But I really love the changing of seasons. That's really awesome. And we got some awesome looking things. I can't wait to fight these, but they're everywhere. I can see all of them just turning on at one time, and that's gonna suck. Anyway, more ruins. It looks like maybe the start of another temple, but I'm not sure. There's really not much you can take from it, but okay, and then we got the Grand Canyon thing, which it's amazing. Like as big as this game is, how many different different areas that they can put in here. It looks like maybe it's gonna turn into the snowy area, maybe a little bit. Kind of looks like it, but that's really cool. I'm really excited to just explore all these different areas. And then we got another a sweeping shot of just the area. Let's see what all we can see here. I'm just seeing areas that were in the E3 demo. Because here's the outer area right here, and because you can see Hyrule over here, and Death Mountain. I guess that's Death Mountain. I would imagine that's Death Mountain. And then there's just this mass of plain that just looks so ready to ride a horse across. But yeah, we still got that wall here, but there's anything new here that nobody else has covered. But we're getting into the new stuff that I'm excited. There's Twin Peaks. Oh yeah, here's what was that bird? Is that no, it's just a regular bird. Okay, I didn't know if then we got a squirrel and that great Switch graphics. Hold on a second. There was another squirrel up there. Yeah. And then look at more ruins. Like maybe there was a bridge here at one time. Maybe. Moving right along. Okay, this is where stuff kind of gets exciting. So this is, if I just stop it, this is a tower that's coming out of the ground right here, I believe, and that's like in the first thing of the game. And then this is some more footage that we've actually already seen as well. Some more Calamity Ganon stuff. Yeah, this is all footage that we saw on the demo. Okay, this is the new stuff. Look at this guy. This guy, that's terrifying. I don't want to fight that thing. Well, I actually do kind of want to fight that. I'm really liking the character design. At first I was a little skeptical of how everyone looked, but that looks cool. He looks dumb with his tongue all sticking out, and this gecko looking thing looks really cool too. And then we got another goblin here. But it looks like they're really evil. Like, they got some really nice red eyes going on here. Like, something's in the air, perhaps. Maybe Calamity Ganon's possessing them or something, perhaps. We got another shot of one of the Guardians attacking Link. The fight with the rock monster, which this actually looks like a new area. This doesn't look like the same area. It's the same boss because you got this whole thing. So it makes me think that maybe that you fight these in other areas, like, not just, like... They're bosses, but they're going to appear more than once, basically, which that's okay if there's a lot of different bosses, but like if they rehash the same boss over and over, that could get a little annoying. It's like, not another rock monster, but I am really excited to fight that. And then we got, let's see, yeah. So here, clarification that this is in fact a sand walrus that Link is riding, I may add, which is really cool. This game keeps adding more and more stuff, I swear. And then whatever this monstrosity is, which actually I think that may be... It looks like a frog crocodile thing. I think that might be one of the... No, this isn't one of the mechanical beasts. That's just a regular monster. Probably a boss, I'm sure. Then we got more shots of him using his sleigh. Actually, what is this area? That looks cool. I bet that's to another temple or something. Then we got some red gook over here. Not entirely too sure what that is, but that could possibly be... some more of the mechanical mess that's going on right now. This really reminded me, I like the armor that he's sporting right here. That looks really cool. This honestly reminded me a lot of Twilight Princess, and if you guys haven't seen our Twilight Princess playthrough, you should definitely check that out, because if you have, you know exactly what I'm talking about. On one particular part that we did. And then this guy, oh my gosh, I'm so ready to fight this guy. This guy is terrifying with his Cyclops eye that goes all the way to the back of his head, which is disgusting and weird. Okay, so everybody's really talking about this guy. This guy has an upside down Sheikah face, and I don't know whether to say whether this guy is a monster or an enemy. I kind of want to go around the lines of he's one of the guys who's against, he's like a betrayer or something to the Sheikah, and that's why he's fighting or whatever. And that's why he has an upside down Sheikah thing, because he's like, I'm not working for the Sheikah. And that could go along with my theory that I said about the Sheikah and the Gerudo. Yeah. Oh my gosh. They get to... Oh, that's great. I'm excited for that. We got... I want to say that's a beehive, but I don't think it is. I think it's just a rock. Just more gameplay footage that they kind of threw in there. Just more explosive stuff. Just stuff we've already seen before. This is all... Okay, more cinematics. Let me see. Which one's this? Oh, yeah, he's just placing his slate. And then more... Actually, Calamity Ganon's looking really evil out there. I wonder if we get a better shot of him here in a second. No. Gosh, it's really hard to tell, because we've yet to get I wonder if there's like a human form of Ganon. If so, we've yet to see it. More, this was in the Game Awards trailer. Some explosives, some more Calamity Ganon roaring, then Link soaring, which actually, is there anything new here that we haven't seen? I don't see anything new. Okay, so here's a new town. I didn't cover this in any of my videos. I love the fact that there are NPCs just all about the area, and I've spotted a potion shop. There's a potion shop. What looks like... I could imagine that there's like some old wise man up in this place up here at the top. And then... I don't know. I'm just excited to explore this place and just talk to all the different people and see what's going on. Actually, is this... that looks like something down here. I can't tell if that's a mailbox or a person. I don't know. Let's keep going. Okay, so this was the hourglass place I was talking about. So if you notice right here, this is the Gerudo. This is the Gerudo's place. And what's awesome is that this looks like an hourglass. Like this is amazing. Like this place, the Gerudo are in this game. So it really makes me think if this is going to take place and be the Civil War that's talked about in Hyrule Historia, I would be very interested to see if that's it. Hey, maybe we'll figure out who the Twilight are. That would be awesome. Anywho, so I just kind of want to say that at first I thought this was a snowy place, but I think this is on the way to Death Mountain, because it looks like this is all lava that has kind of been, frozen over basically, and that's why all these trees are broken. Very similar, I must say, with all the trees, with their size and whatnot. But so there's that. But I kind of want to go back on the whole Gerudo thing. Give me like this is really cool. Like this is I feel like I just glossed over this. This is really cool. This is very interesting that that they're in this game. That means that anything could happen. Like at first I was like, oh, there's like when I first saw the Zelda stuff, I was like, there's gonna be hardly anything in this game. There's just Link going in this world. Then they started showing NPCs. I was like, oh, cool, there's NPCs. And then it's like they bring in these, and we're gonna get into some more later in this video. And it's like awesome. They're making Zelda. And even like IG Aonuma, he said, I think the article came out today or the other day or something like that, where he said, this is not a Zelda game for children. This is a Zelda game for hardcore fans. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm a hardcore fan. But anyway, we'll continue on. So more shots of this place being destroyed. I want to say that this cutscene of everything being destroyed takes place before the game. Maybe you have flashbacks. I could see that happening. Like you can trigger flashbacks and you have to be a part of them. That lightning strike though, that was really close. But I also kind of think this looks a lot like Twilight Princess's place, but who's to say? We'll move right along. Link sailing across this, which if he doesn't have the Deku thing, he is going to have to swim quite a ways. And I thought this kind of looked like the Sandcrawler from Star Wars, which is kind of funny. But yeah, he's just out here in the ocean. But this makes me think, if this is an ocean, this may be the lake. I may be completely glossing over this. How can you swim in the ocean, and how far? Can you go underwater, and how far? It looks like he's not wearing any clothes. I may be wrong. No, I think he's wearing his blue tunic. I can't tell. He has a shield, so yeah, probably. No, he has boots on. Yeah, he's definitely wearing clothes. But I do wonder, like, if there's a way, like, you can dive in. If you can dive in and collect different things that are at the bottom of the lake or stuff like that, that would be cool. So here's actually the scene where the Deku tree talks, but it's so big. You can see his lips moving, but it is so barely there. But it's really cool. It's like, okay, that's the Deku tree talking. And actually I'm gonna go over this video, and then I'm gonna go back and listen to what they're saying and talk about that. But right now we're just talking about visually what's going on. But he does talk, and we'll get to that in a second. But yeah, there it is, right in front of the Master Sword, which is awesome. More shots of these things being destroyed, and then the flower. This is important. I don't know what it is, but I'm really excited to see what Nintendo's doing with this flower. It has to be important somehow. I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure, but and I couldn't even give a good guess. Like, I don't know, like it's going to be symbolic towards Zelda or something like that. Like something else is like, there's always one that's not bloomed. So maybe Link's sleeping and Zelda's been waiting, or I don't know. It's all a theory. But moving right along, Link standing epically over this very fast moving shot of just the land, and then this is the Temple of Time right here, and you can see this skull rock that we've seen in the demo several times, the mountain that we came from, and the mountain that people have been climbing. This is heading towards Hyrule Castle. Trying to see if there's anything. There's another. Gosh, these things are everywhere. These shrines, they are everywhere. Where's Hyrule Castle? I know it. Gosh, this world is just massive. I'm very impressed with this world. I hope and pray that it's not going to be like barren, like it's not like it's gotta have stuff to do. This is one of the monsters on the map. This is definitely one of the mechanical beasts that you fight, which this guy looks epic. Like I feel like this is gonna pull like a whole Shadow of the Colossus thing and get on top of him, take him down. We can see some of the red on them, kind of signifying that he is turned evil in some way or form. Because he's got fire fire palms. I feel like we're gonna be fighting him on oh my gosh, I just thought of something. Holy crap. Okay, so I'm glad I'm doing this video because, okay, so check this out. If we go back to the original image, I pointed out in one of my videos, like, I was like, what's that weird thing up on the mountain? That's him. That's totally him. And he's on Death Mountain. That's why he has firearms. That is awesome. So I'm glad I noticed that. So, oh my gosh, this game's starting to fall into place. And then we got Bay. Bay's here. Zelda. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, and he has the Master Sword. I wanted to point this out. He has the Master Sword. And in the other footage, she doesn't have the slate. So I'm pretty sure this game takes place before the things that happen in the game, because he has a Master Sword. But it could, it could be not intact or something. He doesn't have it here. He has a regular sword. This looks like the inner workings of one of the beasts. Maybe a dungeon. Maybe the inner workings of the beast. Not sure. That'd be awesome if it was. If like you're running inside. We got Zelda bathing. Kind of. She's wearing clothes. PG game. Or no, it's an E game. Rated E10 and up. But I'm pretty sure this is a goddess statue. So I'm pretty sure she's not actually bathing. She's just like praying to the goddess, I'm going to believe. I mean, that's what I would think anyways. Moving right along. This is awesome. Link is like, wait, okay. So we got the Master Sword unsheathed. It looks like it has its power. It doesn't look rusted. So actually, yeah, I want to say that this takes place as the world is collapsing, and that's why he has to be put inside the resurrection chamber. So you know what? I don't think him being put in the resurrection chamber is going to have anything to do with anything that's happening with the game, like another game like Ocarina of Time or something. So I almost have to say that this takes place before Ocarina of Time. It almost has to. I feel like this is Skyward Sword Link. Like, I'm almost positive that it is, but I may be wrong. But so yeah, he's saying he's okay. And then this is another one of the beasts, which I don't want to gloss over him. Another Shadow of the Colossus type thing. Yet again, you can see the red, but it looks like he's in the sand area, which it's really cool. It looks like each area. Then we got Bay being all sad next to what looks to be like two gravestones. A mother and a father, perhaps, and that's why she's sad. That's my thinking on it anyways. Make sure I'm still recording. I am. Good. And then we got Link here. And yeah, he's just looking at her being all sad next to these two things that I believe are gravestones. But I'm not too sure what's going on here, but it's raining. So we'll just kind of move right along. Another shrine popping up, which, also in that one area where I said there was a spiral, these things could pop up literally out of anywhere. So that's good to know. Okay. Yeah. So this is why I think this takes place, during the war where they're trying to protect everyone. You got her all tethered up and stuff, and he's all beaten up too. And, then like when he lets go, I believe that's where that last scene comes into place where he's running away. And then this is where she turns around, which, oh my gosh, like I freaked out when I saw this. And oh, she looks great, guys. I love the way she looks in this game. She looks awesome. And then this, oh my gosh, this is terrible. This is bad. This is not good. This is not good at all. Just fire everywhere, turmoil, destruction. This is gonna be an epic game, and I'm very excited to see if maybe perhaps I would love, like, if the game like let me, like, it started me off like in this area or whatever. It won't, but like if it took you through flashbacks, it's like, yes, explore the area, and then you get so far, and then it all goes downhill. Which you'll notice that these things are red, another signifying that Ganon probably has power over them. Just saying. Yeah, they got all that purple goop all over them. We got some more Zelda action going on here, where she's being all sad and running away. Nothing really new here, just I just really like her character design. She looks good. Then we got some new characters. So, Gerudo, obviously, this has to be Gerudo. And the reason I say that, sand area, and also on top of that, we got the walrus thing here, which I imagine we'll get as a friend, which is what we were skating around on earlier. He doesn't have the Master Sword here, this is after the time, so that's cool. And this looks like the Goron that we're about to see here in a second. I'm not too sure what this is. This might be one of the temples that got destroyed or something. If we go forward a little bit, oh yeah, this scene where she cries, that broke my heart. But that is definitely during the time whenever the area is getting destroyed because they're all tethered up, and he has the Master Sword. So it's the way I see it anyways. And then some more gameplay shots of him fighting this thing. Oh my goodness, I gotta fight it. It's just, and he uses an ice arrow, which is really cool. And then it looks like the Titan from Hercules, which is really cool. But this is outside of Death Mountain, which is interesting. Then there's the Goron, which there's no telling what his name is going to be. It's probably going to start with a D and be something else, but just all the character designs in this looks like this really looks like what's that area in Shadow of the Colossus, the Shadow Temple. That's what I'm trying to say. This looks a lot like the Shadow Temple, based on this, not based on what's around it, so there's no telling what that could be, but that could possibly be the Desert Temple. We got a Great Fairy here, which I think it's a Great Fairy. I would imagine that it's a Great Fairy. I like the fact that she doesn't make me want to just die inside, so that's good. Awesome shot of Link creating a Baywatch movie. The Gerudo, again, very young, I must say. I don't know what I would pinpoint her age, but she's definitely younger than Link. And then we got Zora. I think, yes, this is definitely a Zora, which they're in the game. That's awesome. And it looks like he's in the icy area. This looks like some sort of dome, which we're actually going to see here in a minute. Like, this is maybe a guardian. He greets you outside, and then we're going to see him later. Another inner workings of a dungeon, perhaps. A lot of things this could be. I could see this being a dungeon, but oh my gosh, this looks like an awesome dungeon. And I've noticed this red goop here a lot too. I've seen that a lot. I don't know if maybe he's going to get an ability that gets rid of it or something. Like maybe this is blocking the wheel and you got to use something to get rid of that. Maybe an item you get inside this dungeon, perhaps. And then we got another Zora. This looks like the queen or maybe the princess. And I feel like, oh yeah, we'll come to that in a second. It looks like she's giving him something, like an ability or something. Not sure. But yet again, I'm loving the design. I love the cel-shadedness of the design. And we got this bird guy who originally I thought was an enemy. I don't think he's an enemy anymore. He may be. I don't know. He has the bird logo on it, so I don't know. He's dabbing too, so I'm not sure. I mean, if he's dabbing, he's probably an enemy. But I don't know. I like his character design, so even if he is an enemy, I'm going to be okay with him. But he looks really cool. And he's got some like reggae hair going on or something. We got the Zora in this next shot, just shaking my hand inside this, and I love this animation of him like just throwing his arm around. We got this gigantic fish back here, which is awesome. It's amazing. But I'm pretty sure this is in an ice area that's some really awesome looking water. Got this weird looking Zora back here, and they're in a big dome like area. So I imagine whenever we find this, it's going to be very easy to see from a map, that or it's underwater. We got Zelda using magical powers. Oh my goodness, but who's she protecting? It's Link. And this may be how it lost its power. I can see that maybe as he started using it before everything started going down, he started losing the power, or this is taking place after. But this is really cool because that thing is firing a laser right at Link, if you can see, and Zelda's like, no, back off, and so whenever we get that full scene, that'll be awesome. And then we got more sadness of Zelda and her looking over Hyrule, which actually, if you'll notice, there's no Calamity Ganon, so maybe this takes place before, perhaps, or maybe at the end of the game. I got Link being all mad here, and he is cut up bad. He is cut up real bad, and then I think that's where it ends actually. Yeah, oh yeah, he gets up, and this is kind of cool. You can see Zelda behind. He probably got shot by that thing. I'm really excited about this game, guys. I don't know where it's going with the story. I'm not too sure where these cutscenes match, where they go. But if it does take place before and after, this game is going to be awesome. And then it just says Zelda Breath of the Wild, which this, and then it has the only thing else that it has open your eyes, Link, and then he opens his eyes, and then the release date, which is awesome. So I'm excited about this. I still think this game takes place after Skyward Sword. That's still where I think. I'm so sorry that I couldn't do a huge full-fledged video, but I hope that this video works instead. One last thing I wanted to talk about. Let's unmute and listen to the voice acting. I apologize if my computer kind of chugs a little, but we're gonna try to listen to the voice acting.
The history of the royal family of Hyrule is also the history of the Calamity Ganon.
Okay, so the history of Hyrule is also the history of Calamity Ganon. Perhaps the history maybe because it's after Skyward Sword, because it's like the start of Hyrule, you know. Also, I think this is Impa. I just want to say that sounds a lot like an Impa-esque voice. It's an old elderly voice. Let me go forward a little bit, but let it play out just a little bit. Yeah, it's chugging. Sorry, guys. Did I miss it? I think I missed it. Oh yeah, there we go.
History of the royal family of Hyrule is also the history of the Calamity Ganon, a primal evil that has endured over the ages.
So then again, it says a primal evil that's endured over the ages. So that makes it also kind of iffy. It's like, okay, how long's ages? You know, it's 100 years or whatever. But I still think that that's Impa. But there's a lot you can take from this game. I honestly, I have no idea. I still think it takes place after Skyward Sword, but I could be entirely wrong. I see no reason to making a full-fledged video because I'm not going to get this video out. I wouldn't get it out in time with the game anyway, and I'd hate to make it and then be wrong. So we'll just see what happens. I'll play the game on the channel and we'll see what happens. But there's more voices, so let's go over that real quick. We got oh yeah, so some stuff goes down, and then we meet. Okay, it's over here. So the Great Deku Tree. So I think this is a different voice, actually. You have no recollection of me, and then it sounds like the King of Hyrule, I want to guess. After this voice. This one coming up. That sounds like a different voice. It may be the same voice. Hear the thing that happened 100 years ago. Yeah, it's insane. And 100 years, it's a long time. So we got Zelda's voice coming up here soon, so we should... Everything I've done up to this point is all for nothing. That's super sad. Then her crying. That breaks my heart. Okay, and then we got the. I think the Goron says, "Let's do this" or something like that. Might have, yeah. Here it comes. Yeah. Okay, and then we got the king saying one more thing about Zelda. You must save her, my daughter. Now, I don't want to jump to anything, but it may be that I don't want to say the Great Deku Tree is Zelda's daughter. That's stupid. Forget I said that. Watch, it's actually going to be a thing. But anyway, that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed the way that I did this. I'm very sorry that I couldn't do a full-fledged, thing, but I'm sure this video turned out being like 30 minutes long. I haven't even looked at how long I've been doing this, but I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope you guys enjoyed my opinion on it. I may be wrong. I mean, that's how it goes, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. I definitely hope to see you in the next one. Be looking for all my daily videos I'm going to be doing. I probably won't be doing any more videos unless maybe I may do some news videos, maybe. I don't know. I'm just excited for Breath of the Wild. We're going to get this thing, and I've already pre-ordered it, so we'll play it. Like, we'll do a live stream day one, or technically night one, and then it'll be a couple days before I'm able to get some gameplay videos out of it, because I'll be gone on a trip. But I'm so excited for this, and there's a lot going on in my world, so it's making it harder for me to make videos, but I'm trying to do the best I can. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I've said it plenty of times, but I just, subscribe, guys. Just hit that subscribe button, and just remember, guys, that we are MURPHGAM, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.